Closer bilateral and multilateral cooperation between Guyana and the European Union will be one of the main issues that will be discussed when the 7th European Union and the Latin American Caribbean EU-LAC summit kicks off in Santiago de Chile later this week. Speaking to journalists at a briefing to raise the curtain on the summit via teleconferencing from Brussels, Managing Director for the Americas for External Affairs Action Services, the diplomatic arm of the European Union, Christian Leffler, says heads of state and governments will set the broader tone and chart the way forward within the Economic Commission of Latin America and the Caribbean.
We do not therefore think it is appropriate to engage in that kind of technical financial discussion at the level of the heads of state and government when we bring them all together. The heads of state and government should engage in a much broader discussion, looking further ahead in a strategic political fashion that can then set out some lines of action for the rest of us, for officials to pursue in the years ahead. And in doing so, we at the level of technicians or officials will also look at the financial management aspects in order to make sure that we can, as far as possible, live up to the expectation of our leaders.
Leffler says the European Union and ECLA countries have long enjoyed economic relations, with more than €385 billion being invested as foreign direct investment in 2010. The European diplomat says the Union is also launching the Caribbean Investment Facility as a means of providing more capital and grants to the hemisphere.
It is a mechanism for blending grants and loans in order to help overcome funding gaps in different projects. These can be infrastructure projects in the public sector, or they can be contributions to private capital for enterprise development in the region. It will be done with funding from the European Development Fund, but linked to contributions coming from regional or international financial institutions and even private sector capital.
Ghana delegation will be headed by President Donald Ramotar. During the summit, the leaders are expected to adopt a political declaration and to agree on strengthening of the existing action plan for bilateral regional cooperation. Leroy Adolphus, Capital News.